get started.
First question, Gustavo. A few weeks out from your next fight, on the 20th of March, how has camp and preparation been so far?
Bro, things have been going incredible. We just did our testing, I think when I was like 8 weeks out at the UFC PI, and they said I was already in fight shape 8 weeks out. So all we're doing now is just fine-tuning things, cleaning things up. The cardio is there, the weight's looking good. It should be another amazing camp, so I'm excited.
And let's talk about your last fight. So in November, you got your first UFC win with a first round submission over Anthony Birchak. Can I ask, what was the feeling like to get your first UFC victory?
Relieving, man. It was very, very just, you gotta get that first one in. It's always hard to get that first one because realize in the UFC, we are fighting against the best fighters in the world. Anyone in the UFC is gonna be good. There's no one that's in there that's like, that's not good.
Yeah.
They had to be dominating everywhere else and then decided to come into the UFC or got asked to get into the UFC. People don't really you can't just request to be in the UFC. So it's something that you kind of get, called up to do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. If we just talk about the little bit between the contrast between your two UFC fights, your UFC debut, you took on, I believe, 2 days' notice against Merab Dvalishvili.
20-hour notice.
Can I ask? That would be my question. Talk to me about them 20 hours. How much could you prepare? How much could you strategize? Was it just go in there and let's see what happens?
Zero. It was strategy at all, man. I literally just I'm like, all right, we'll make the weight. I had to cut 17 pounds in those 20 hours, and I still had to go do my medicals to get ready. I made the weight, try to get hydrated, and then fought the next day. It's just, there was no time to think, to worry about game plan. It was like, we just knew he was a tough fighter, and we were going to just go balls deep and just fucking fight.
Is it a worry at all making your UFC debut under them conditions? Because, there is a worry that you have a poor performance or something like that and you don't get a second opportunity. Did that worry you at all?
No, I don't think it was. I think we knew going into this fight that it was a fight deal, so we are gonna have the opportunity again. It wasn't a one-off. Like, hey, if you do good, you're like, where's you gonna fight? But for me, I thought I was gonna win. I was thinking stylistically, me and Marab, that sounds like a great fight because I love to. I'm a wrestler at heart. I'm not really a striker. People think now, like people are thinking like, oh, Gustavo is this striker that's been knocking everybody out, but technically, I am a ground guy. I'm technically better on the ground. Ground is way better than my striking will ever be right now.
Yeah.
So I'm evolving, getting better, but at the same time, I'm just learning right now.
Super.
And then my second fight against Birchak, I had a full-on camp. So all I did was just get in there, just destroy this guy.
Yeah, definitely. If we maybe turn the conversation a little bit from past to present. So, as we mentioned, on the 20th of March, you will face Adrian Yanez in the UFC. How do you view yourself and Yanez's style as a stylistic matchup? How do you see that fight playing out?
I feel he's a striker. He's a full-on striker, straight boxer, comes forward, and it's great because I come forward. So I feel like we're going to be in the middle and we're going to start swinging bombs and see what happens. I feel I have a better hand because my striking is getting better, but my ground is elite. I don't think we've seen his ground yet. I don't know if he's been working on it. He better be working on it. So I'm not going in there thinking that he doesn't know what he's doing, but he needs to be one of the elites in the world against me to, because I'm going against right now. I'm training with Aljamain Sterling, Joe Benavidez, these big names and big grapplers, and we're going back and forth. I'm holding my own against the number one contender as Sterling and doing well and actually learning from him.
Yeah.
So if he's not at that caliber, we're gonna find out if he has some holes in.
There's quite a lot of hype to a certain extent. I don't want to say hype, but quite a lot of popularity, if you like, on Yanez's name. A lot of people are expecting him to have a very bright future. What is your opinion of Yanez? How have you viewed his fight so far?
It's a definitely bright future. Great striking, moves well, good hands, good kicks. Great striker. I haven't seen his ground at all. I don't think anyone's seen his ground.
Yeah.
There's no information on his ground, so we'll figure it out. If he gets striked the way he's been striking and his ground is good, he could go far. But as you know, I feel like I'm the more experienced fighter right now, and he's an up and coming dude. And I'm an up and coming as well, but for now, I think I have the advantage on the experience side.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and perhaps maybe a more well-rounded skill set to a certain extent, with what you're saying about wrestling and such.
Yeah, my wrestling is better, and my striking is so it's good. It's not like I don't know how to strike. It's not like I'm gonna go in there and be like, oh, I'm fully outstruck. I'm gonna get outstruck, and I like my striking is evolving. I'm working with some of the best in the world. Got Jimmy Giver, Coach Eddie Barak. I got Coach Casey as my ground. I got some amazing coaches. Aaron Nixon from Xtreme Couture. I got some amazing coaching and amazing teammates. So I'm excited to see what happens in this fight. I feel incredible right now. Hands are looking sharp. Ground's looking sharp. Hopefully he's coming in there prepared so we can have an amazing fight. Get some bonus money and come home with a W. And then I'll continue, do what I'm doing. And then this whole new fashion and just fashion career that I'm working on, business stuff. I do working with the stock market. I'm very versatile of how I live my life. So I'm excited, man.
Yeah, superb. Now, something you mentioned there, which I wanted to touch on, was the gym that you are currently training at. So Xtreme Couture in Las Vegas. Can I ask, how much do you think making the move down there, I believe 5 or 6 years ago, if memory serves? 6 years ago. How much do you think making the move down there has improved your skill set?
Tremendous, man. If I could go back in time and find myself 6 years ago, I would murder myself. I came in Xtreme Couture as a blue belt with no striking. Now I'm belted as a brown belt, but I'm out there, doing well with black belts and holding my own on the ground with black belts, and then striking with some of the best strikers in the world as well. So I think coming to Xtreme Couture and joining Misha for her camp and Brian Careway for his camp has evolved my game so much that now being in the UFC and joining forces with Jimmy Gifford, Eric, Eddie Baraka, and everybody at Xtreme Couture has made my game evolve so much. I'm just truly excited and blessed to be in the opportunity that I am right now.
Yeah. And out of all the notable names that train out of that gym, who do you work with most in terms of current fighters?
Say it again?
Out of all the notable names that come out of that gym, it's a lot of big names out of Xtreme Couture. Who are you currently working with the most?
A bunch, but I think one of the guys that I've been learning the most is from Joseph Benavidez. His experience. He's been one of the top 5 fighters in the world for the decade now. He is so smart, the way he thinks, the way he moves, his experience. I've learned so much from him, and I'm just grateful for his friendship and his knowledge that I've grown. I do a lot of the things he does, and I'm working some other things, so I'm blessed to have him, a part of my life and part of Xtreme Couture.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of you guys actually booked when you think about it. There's Joseph has got his fight. Aljamain's got the title fight.
Yep. They're all fighting on the 6th, and then I fight 2 weeks later on the 20th. So me and Joe, we did some Sickle Saturday yesterday and got things ready. He's looking sharp. We're looking sharp. Saw Sterling get ready, did some sparring for his title fight. Like, I am in the room. When people say, that you're as good as the weakest guy in your link, like, our weakest guy is top guy in the world. It's like, it's incredible the kind of room that we're in, and the kind of family we have at Xtreme Couture. Yeah. I'm just blessed.
Yeah, I've spoke to some of the guys at Xtreme Couture who have almost said to me that it's a big gym in terms of facility, but with a small gym feel. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it's a family. It's a family. We get together, we help each other in any way possible, and we just learn from each other. Like there's no ego. Everyone put their ego aside and just kind of learn from each other. There's always something to learn from anyone.
Yeah.
When Joby, speaks, when Sterling speaks, when anyone, even some of the young guys, I see something, I'm, man, hey, I sit down, talk to them, like, hey man, how do you do that? How do you move that way? And we learn from each other. So I'm just excited, man. Excited and blessed to be in this opportunity that I am. I'm just right now. I'm one happy dude, man. I'm literally the best. I'm in the best space I've ever been in my life right now.
That's a great thing to
So
hear.
just happy. Yeah.
Gustavo, in an ideal, I don't think 2020 was an ideal year for anybody, to be quite candid. In an ideal 2021, what does your fighting career look like? How many fights do you want? What do you want to accomplish?
I want to fight. The goal is to maybe fight 5 times this year. Okay. If I could get 5 in, I'd be happy. But man, 2020, for as bad as it was my best year I've ever had. Period.
Why?
It's been got into the UFC, got financially independent, making good money. I started working in the stock market, making more money in there. I surround myself with these, with this fashion designer that now he's sitting in big old chairs like this. It's like, yeah, I surround myself with the right people, and I feel like my energy and the way I am and how I treat people, it attracts so many good-hearted people that they like. If I'm gonna take the time to show my experience to someone, and they choose me because of how I treat them and how I make them feel and the energy that I bring. So like, it's easy to give to people that you trust and you think they have a bright future. And I'm just blessed to have these amazing friends around that believe in me so much.
Superb. And out of all these side projects, if you like, that we're talking about, which one do you enjoy? Other than fighting, what do you enjoy doing the most out of all these things that we're talking about?
Really loving the stock market. I'm really there's one of my fighters I've been training with, Gary. He's St. Lions, one of the fighters from ONE FC. Is an amazing trader. We've been working together in the morning at Xtreme Couture. He lives in Canada, but he comes down here, and we've been working stocks and just kind of understanding the whole system. And right now, it's been great, man. It's been incredible. And I'm a finance major, so it's what I went to school for. So now to understand it and actually make some profit off of it, it's cool. Also, Swarovski crystals on Air Force Ones is a pretty cool side project as well, man. Yeah. This designer, her name is Camille Flawless. Incredible, great mindset, great creative person that she is. I'm blessed to have her as a friend and as another mentor into another aspect that I want to get into.
I don't want to sound demeaning or anything like that, but it's always nice to hear fighters who've got side projects. We heard a lot of fighters who don't have anything else in the pipeline. They finish their careers and they're stuck.
Oh man, I got some amazing things going on. I just sponsored a football team down in California. Is a 7-on-7 football team. It's one of the best, some of the best high school kids. We sponsored the team so they be able to travel and go out and get looked by scouts and be able to go to college. And some of the kids that we've been taking care of actually, just got signed to play for some NFL teams. So these kids that I've joined myself with, this company that I started called Team Hustle Las Vegas. It's based out of the main one is Team Hustle from LA. Is the original one. His name is Danny Lockhart. He's been another mentor of mine that's been helping me with business, and his wife is my CPA that's been helping me with taxes. So other than getting my bachelor's in finance, I also have a minor in business and accounting. So I think we just opened up we opened up a tax company here in Las Vegas called American Tax Empire to help other fighters. I want to help other fighters kind of understand taxes and how to, make their money, make more money. So we opened a program that we're able to help people learn how to invest. We just joined partnership with a crypto company that helps people, after you get your refund, like, do you want to put some of the money into the stock market, the crypto, that everything's going so well. We just joined partner with someone like that. I also joined partners with this CBD company that adds CBD with coconut oil.
Yeah.
So we got fashion, we got taxes, we got start a business. We just invested into this marketing promotion from a Mexican boxing tournament, a Mexican league in Mexico. We got their marketing right, so now we're investing into marketing as well, and we're doing business with that. I have my hands in a lot of things, and the thing I told all my investors, all my partners, that my fighting comes first. So I do all these little side projects on the side, and I'm more of a consultant and kind of just help people understand, the new age of technology and a new age of kind of what the new kids understand. Because I'm not a super kid, but I understand that there's a new way of thinking now. The older people have the experience, but can't get into the middle. I'm right in the middle, right in the right age that the kids look up to me, and the older people kind of like are able to kind of just share their knowledge to me. So I'm excited about this, man. We have a lot of cool projects coming up ahead. But my number one concern is March 20th, get that W, and then the sky the limits after that, man. We're gonna have some big things going on. I'll put some links on my social media page with all the things that I do. You'll see in there. Go look me up, Gustavo Lopez, on all platforms. I'll have all my information. I help people do taxes. We're doing fashion with people. We're doing investments. We're doing some big things. So I'm the guy you talk to when you need things. You need something to get done.
Superb.
If I know someone that can. So we'll make it happen.
Other than training, are you the hardest working fighter in the UFC? Because you seem to have a lot of projects.
I don't know. I surround myself with a lot of great people that influence me and kind of guide me to the right area. I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed, and I have a good energy, and I want to be very helpful. And for me, I love learning. I love learning new things, and that excites me. Being able to understand things and do business. Like I'm a finance major. I do business. I understand concepts and understand that fighting is just a platform that I do that I enjoy. That does make me good money, but you're not gonna fight forever. What you're gonna do after you're done with fighting is important. That some fighters don't know. Like I talk to my friends, like, hey, what do you got planned after this? They're like, oh. And I'm like, well, you gotta think of something. You gotta learn how to invest your money that you are making, or because I was able to help my mom get out of debt. One of my last fights, I paid off all her credit cards and just kind of helping her get started because they come from Mexico and we grew up in a really poor town. And for the longest time, I never had the opportunity to do anything for myself. I just couldn't afford it. I was broke for the rest of the whole life until now. So just recently, I just took my first vacation, went to Mexico, and learned how to do scuba diving. So now I'm certified to go scuba diving, and now I'm just doing my test, my next certification to become a master scuba diver, to be able to travel. And next time I go travel, I'm like, hey, can I go scuba diving somewhere over there? So other than the stuff I do, there's so much more things that I'm getting myself into. And I delegate a lot of my things to other people. I hire my friends to, help me if they have knowledge. Like I hire my friends to get the work done. So because everything I do is a lot.
Yeah.
It's not something I can do all myself. So if I'm able to help my friends, and it helps bring my friends in this kind of world that I'm into, and kind of just guide them and teach them what I know, and kind of so they could get the work done and they get paid and I get my percentage out of it. Works for me.
Can I ask as well, with all these projects that you're talking about, does it take a little bit of the pressure off fighting to a certain extent?
It makes me not worry about it so much. Like when I'm like in the weekends, when I worry about the whole fashion stuff, and because I do photography as well. When I'm out having photos, I'm just having a fun time with my friends. I took photos of my family. Like it's nice. It's something not to worry about. It's not always so stressful when we're worried about fighting. It's nice to just go and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
I love it. I love learning and like learning all these new skills. Just makes me exciting.
Superb. Gustavo, I know you're busy, so I will finish with this final question. Let's just get back to the fight on the 20th of March. What happens? What goes down? Give me a prediction for the 20th of March.
He gets stopped. Adrian, so one of the things that I am known for is my pressure. And the thing is, I love to drown people. I like to get people into deep water and drown them into a point that they're gonna give up and give me their neck, and I'm just not gonna take it. I'm gonna keep beating people's. When people fight me, I love to take people's souls out of them. So whenever they offer them to fight me again, the answer is gonna be no. No, I do not want to fight Gustavo.
Yeah.
That guy on a different level. I am a different beast, man. When I get in the cage, all this nice smile guy gets out of the way, and I'm in there to destroy your face.
Superb. Gustavo, it was absolutely superb to talk to you. It was one of my favorite conversations so far. I can say that.
Definitely. Thank you, man. We'll do this again. There's so much more projects. So after this fight, we'll talk again. We'll figure things out. And yeah, we'll make things happen, man.
Superb. Before we finish, how can people find both your social media and some of these projects that we've been talking about?
Everything that's on that I talked about is going to be on my social media. So just look me up, Gustavo 11 Lopez. So Gustavo 11 Lopez, all platforms. Send me a message, ask some questions. I usually take the time to write back to everybody. You know, as long as it's nothing crazy, I'll definitely write back.
Superb. And before we finish, is there anything you would like to say or sign off with at all?
I want to say, hope everyone had an amazing Valentine's Day, and I hope everyone is having a good time. The thing about me is that I am super grateful, and that what makes me so happy. I'm grateful enough that even though I don't have everything I want, I am so content, happy for what I do have, that I wake up every morning smiling and happy, man. It's all about perspective and being grateful for what do we have and working hard for the things that we want to get to. And with time, things will happen. One of my coaches, one of his things was consistency over time equals results. C over T equals R. Consistency over time will equal results. So you put in the work over amount of time, the results will happen.
Yeah, and that's true for anything in the world. That's true for fighting. That's true for what I'm trying to do with some form of media. It's true for your shoe products. It's everything.
Yeah. Over time, man.
Superb.
Hard work pays off.
I think that's a great place for us to end. So, Gustavo, thanks for giving me your time today.
Thank you.